7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
It's the 151st episode of Morning Kicks Extra.
Extra means an extra dose of Randy and Jen.
And that may not seem like the best idea, but it is a great way to catch up on stuff you might have missed out on during the show.
Or if there's anything you want to listen to again.
Like all of our back-to-school stuff.
And we want to know, what is the craziest thing your boss made you do?
Get up early and do a radio show.
So let's get things kicked off.
On Morning Kicks Extra.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Gather around, kids, and hear the results of the World Gravy Wrestling Championships, where hundreds of revelers descended on the Rose and Bowl Pub in Rosendale, England on Monday to watch the event where 16 men and 8 women battled in a pool of 528 gallons of brown gravy.
So competitors are, of course, in costume, and they aim to win the championship title by beating their opponent during a 2-minute-long wrestling match in a pool of gravy.
The overall winner this year was 18-year-old George Young, who said that I was not wearing myself out quickly, really, and doing the bigger moves, so it gave me time in between instead to do a lot of smaller moves.
Working out a winning strategy was hard, but after that, the rest was gravy.
You know what their slogan ought to be?
What?
You want fun? Try gravy wrestling. We've got you covered.
Get it? Covered? Gravy?
Okay. Everyone had a great time at the event until it was closing time and the pub owner said those magic words, "Release the dog." Movie Rehab. This is where we assign a different movie to Jen to watch over the weekend, because before she came to Kicks, she had seen few, if any, movies.
I mean, it was kind of a debilitating part of my personality. Someone would make a reference
One
to
of
a
the
movie,
many.
and I just wouldn't understand it.
One of the plethora of...
So we're working on it. I'm being rehabilitated. So what am I watching this weekend?
This weekend, you are going to be watching Father of the Bride.
So what is this?
This is actually a remake of the original Spencer Tracy comedy from years and years and years ago. People always think this is the original Father of the Bride because there was another version remade of this one.
Okay.
So it's like the second or third time it's been remade.
Haven't seen any of them, but go ahead.
We're going to be watching the Steve Martin version that stars him and Diane Keaton, where they are the proud parents of Annie, played by Kimberly Williams. You know who she is?
No.
Brad Paisley's wife.
Oh, yes, I do know who she is. Yeah.
When she returns from studying abroad and announces she's engaged, their whole world turns upside down, especially that of her overprotective father, George. From meeting the in-laws to wedding plans with an over-the-top consultant played by Martin Short. He does steal the movie almost. And his flamboyant assistant played by B.D. Wong. It seems as if the troubles never end.
So it's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Beautiful.
It's appropriate for the whole family. They can all watch that. I'm trying to remember what it's rated. I think it's just PG. You can watch it for free on Hulu.
Perfect.
Or you can pay for it on all the other plethora of streaming services that now have decided to charge you for anything decent to watch.
So I'm going to watch Father of the Bride over the weekend, and then I'll come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, let you know what I thought about it.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
It is back to school season for almost everybody. Most area schools start next week. So I was out over the weekend. We did some shopping, and I saw all the back to school lists and everything. And that's an annual tradition, of course.
And you want to do it sooner than later, by the way, because I was also shopping the other day, and a lot of the stuff is already getting sold through.
It's been picked over.
Uh-huh.
So for everybody getting ready for the back to school season, this is for you. Days of summer vacation.
Now school's finally back just to end it.
So keep it locked here on your favorite station.
We'll show you some good ways to spend it.
Like maybe learning karate from fighting that bully so he no longer has the power.
To get purple nurples with a really hard twist. Or beat you in the locker room shower.
Focus on your grades, don't screw around a lot, and make the best use of your brain.
Don't flip your coach the bird, or he will have you dead and you won't play in any games.
As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do because school's back this fall.
So stick with us, cause this is the show to get you through it all. So stick with us, cause this is the show to get you through it all.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
You know, there's a lot of talk right now with all the back-to-school shopping that's going on and everything about school supplies for the kids. The kids need this, the kids need that. You got to get this. We've got all the stuff for the kids. What I'm wondering, what about the parents?
I think we deserve a back-to-school kit, like a bottle of wine and some massages.
That might be part of it, but if there was a back-to-school kit, what would it look like?
Bye, have a good first day at school. I'll miss you.
Summer is over, and your beloved kids are gone. Now what are you going to do? You need the Parents Back to School Kit.
Because it's time to party.
Woo! Every Parents Back to School Kit comes complete with a bottle of wine, confetti, a bottle of wine, party games, and another bottle of wine.
When they were home, all I wanted was for the whining to stop. Now I want more wine.
The Parents Back to School Kit. You've done your parenting. Now it's time for partying.
Morning Kicks Extra.
We've been talking about back to school, though. Are your kids ready to go?
Somewhat. Like, they're excited to see their friends and things again, but they are not ready for summer to end. I don't think they're really ready to go back to school as a whole. They just want to see their friends. That's it.
My nephew, he's heading into junior high for the first time.
Oh, that's exciting.
So they were over this last weekend, and I was like, oh, you all ready to go to school? That's what else do you say to the little twerp you haven't seen in 9 months? So he's like, no. It's like, I didn't get to spend any time with my friends. I feel like summer's ending too soon. And I began to commiserate with him a little bit because I think that most kids are not anxious about going back to school.
Looks like it means that summer's over. No more pool time.
No more time with friends.
And we're sleeping in.
It's just books and books and books. They're not ready to go back and wear a big backpack. Not ready to go back.
Mom and Dad must buy new clothes, some brand new pants and shirts, so expensive it hurts.
They're complaining, you know what I mean. They gotta get to school at the bus stop.
Since your alarm clock for the bus stop, yeah, if they miss their bus, then it's a long walk. They're not ready to go back.
Morning Kicks Extra.
We're wanting you to fill in the blank for us.
We're talking about the craziest thing your boss has ever made you do. So my boss made me what?
What did your boss make you do?
I used to intern for a radio station in Cleveland, Ohio, and they did a fundraiser one year to raise money for breast cancer awareness. So they had ladies send in bras with money attached to it, and then we saw how many bras we could stretch together, and they couldn't get an accurate measure of how many feet of bras they had.
Yeah.
So we were in a high-rise building next to a very busy highway. So they had one guy go up to the top of the building and thread this string of bras down over the side of the building. Well, it was my job to stand in the parking lot and catch these bras when they came over the side of the building. I had a mock interview at school that day, so I'm dressed up, high heels, whole 9 yards, and I'm standing in the parking lot, and all my mom heard on the radio station was, oh no, Clarence lost a bra in the parking lot. And the wind had caught the bras and spread them all across the parking lot.
Sounds like something you would see on like WKRP, you know, turkeys falling out of the sky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. Try putting that as, you know, job material, reference material.
What is the thing that your boss made you do?
When I was younger, I had to work at a Walmart. My boss was OCD, and he was looking at the shopping carts because I was a cart pusher. He decided that we needed to clean the wheels. Sanitizing wise, and we had to clean the shopping cart wheels.
Oh, my God.
Wheels of the shopping cart.
You know, I can't tell you how many times I've looked down at the wheels and seen so much hair just wrapped around them. I can't imagine having to clean those.
But I'm glad you did.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, I can tell you to this day, this was like 11 years ago. There was, at the time, 1,300 shopping carts at that Walmart.
And you cleaned the wheels.
Yeah, me and another girl, it took us hours because he was like coming and inspecting them.
Yeah, because I've looked down many times to the bottom of the shopping cart and seen something smile back up at me.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing your boss has ever made you do?
Well, there's a woman I worked for, and she had a brand new Corvette. I was just a teenager, and she was having trouble with her old man, and she gave me and our coworker $20 and the keys to her Corvette and told us to get lost for an hour and a half.
So she had some distraction she needed to take care of.
Oh, I don't know what she was doing. I never asked no questions. I was a teenager, and I got the keys to a Corvette and $20.
You were like, all right.
Awesome job. Yeah, and whatever happened back at the office, nobody needs to know.
Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
We're talking about the craziest things your boss has ever made you do, asking you to fill in the blank for us.
I can't believe my boss made me what?
One morning he came in and he said, hey, while I was on the treadmill, I heard something about a moose head and Eagle had a power outage. Can you see what happened? And believe it or not, thanks to the internet, I discovered that in Alaska, an eagle was trying to make off with a dead moose head for a snack later and crashed into a power line and knocked out power to a village.
It sounds like some weird twisted game he played.
Aren't you glad, though, you could be of service to your employer?
He was a curious fellow.
Curious.
That's
Tell
one
us,
way to describe him.
what's the craziest thing your boss has made you do?
Well, I used to make balloon bouquets out of flowers, and she took an order and told them that I would make a flower bouquet with little pieces coming out of them. And so I had to make that, plus I had to deliver it down the street. And get this, though, that was the first time I met now my daughter-in-law. My son brought her in to introduce, and as I was putting the on one of the balloons, he was introducing my new daughter-in-law.
Why did you have to put those on the bouquet?
That, Jen.
It was for a bachelorette party.
We don't want to know that. For whatever reason, maybe it was just because it was Thursday. Could have been a religious ceremony of some sort.
Yeah, that's what it was, I'm sure. What can you not believe your boss made you do?
Poop in a 5-gallon bucket.
Why?
Because he was too stingy to take you to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought maybe he was like, here, could you do this for me? Like he was going to take it home and do something with it.
So he's too stingy to take you down a block to the gas station.
So since you're on the job site, he says, here, go do it in this bucket.
That's right.
It wasn't some weird thing that he usually pays for on the weekend or anything like that. Yeah. But there's, some people have shy bladder, shy problems using the bathroom at work, which I get that. Could you imagine how much worse it would be if you had to do it in a bucket?
That sounds miserable.
Out behind the bushes or something.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
We're talking about your boss today. Wanted to know, what's the craziest thing they ever made you do?
My mom's boss made my mom go get her a pregnancy test.
Because she was afraid to go get one or because she was lazy?
Yeah, she was afraid to go get one.
She's afraid of the judgment. And your mom, of course, has no scruples, right?
Yep.
She has no shame. She can go in there, another pregnancy scare this week.
I can't believe my boss made me what?
We had a girl that worked at the grocery store that was the head cheerleader for the high school.
Right.
She was leaving, going away to college. Her last day of work, he wanted her to get soaked with water.
Oh, no.
Whoa, wait a minute. What?
He wanted her soaked with water.
Well, no,
okay, yep, we're done with that one.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with that? Just a little playful end of work prank? I seem to remember somebody getting me all wet at work and not having a problem with that. Remember that? Remember that?
Nope, I don't remember anything.
Seems really inappropriate. There was a dunking take out here in the parking lot.
Remember the time you left me out in the woods all night long?
What's the craziest thing that your boss has made you do?
So it wasn't me, it was my husband, and we were ranching in Minnesota, and he had to go dig graves.
Oh.
Dig graves?
Yes.
For someone your boss had killed?
No, so the guy, he was a wannabe cattle guy.
Not cowboy,
Yeah.
cow guy.
Cattle guy,
It's
yeah.
like a city version of a cowboy.
But then he owned a funeral home as well, so...
So occasionally, he'd have to put cattle in graves?
No, it was for people. Like, it was a mortuary for people. But, so he had to go dig graves, and that was the weirdest job that he's ever had to do.
There's been a battle for this land for the past 40 years, but I'm taking out my opponents one by one and putting them in graves.
Don't know. I feel like I don't know the
Like
Western sound, but
like a new version of Yellowstone or something.
Wow. There we go.
You go.
I got it.
My boss made me what?
Well, he used to have me take him to the gentleman's club, if that's what you want to call it.
What?
Nuh-uh.
I got paid $12 an hour to take my boss to the gentleman's club. And he bought drinks and lap dances and whatever else.
I wouldn't call that a weird thing. I'd call that a perk.
It was a great job until you get married. Then it's not such a great job.
Right. What was the job?
Auto body shop.
Yeah, well, body shop. There you go.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
Hey, join us on the next edition of Morning Kicks Extra.
We're going to be talking about the worst vacation you ever had.
Like the time the car broke down or the hotel lost your reservation.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out our blog at Kicks1025.com.
You can check out all of the latest Morning Kicks karaoke songs.
And you can watch us live on most social platforms every weekday morning starting at 7.
Make sure to like, follow, and smash that subscribe button.
Don't miss Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the 4 states' #1 for country, Kicks 102.5.